Jim Harbaugh is obviously making big news, getting the Michigan Wolverines to the SEC College Championship game coming up here in a few days. But a little known story that broke about Jim shortly after he was recruited away from the San Francisco 49ers by the University of Michigan, which is big news unto itself, a pro coach going to a college campus to coach, has to do with this contract and this one little known clause with this very unique bonus program involving a massive life insurance program. I'm Hutch, my company is Banking Truths, and even though we talk all the time about using a properly structured life insurance policy as your own private bank and retirement vehicle, it was crazy to have ESPN break this story and people were like, what the heck is going on here? I would just want the cash. I don't want this life insurance policy thing, especially when $2 million equals 40% of his regular pay, which was $5 million. I mean, this was a massive deal. And he's not the only one. So shortly after that, it came out that Clemson's Dabo Swinney also had a similar split dollar program, is what it's called, as did Ed Oregon from LSU Tigers. So these are some really, really big names that you would think that they just want the cash too, and they probably did. But once they got educated as to the growth, tax, liquidity, and ancillary benefits that life insurance can offer, they signed off on that deal. And I actually have the contract, and we're going to look at it together and learn about this from the University of Michigan, signed by Jim Harbaugh, where we can see what this big institutional thinking is all about and how to apply it on the individual, family, or small business level. Let's take a look. So from the top, we can see this is a loan agreement, which may seem a little weird to some of you. Don't worry, we're going to get into that. This loan agreement, effective 2016, shortly before the ESPN story broke, was between the regents of the University of Michigan and James Harbaugh, serving as head football coach of the university. So why a loan versus traditionally bonusing Jim the $2 million? Well, if they use traditional bonus structure or any kind of compensation, the $2 million after he paid tax would equal maybe just over $1 million. But by lending Jim the full million, full $2 million, all of it gets to compound on his behalf. And that's not the only time loan is mentioned in this agreement. If we scroll down, as far as Jim's own personal use, because it is his policy, as we see here from acquisition and ownership of a life insurance policy, employee has applied for and obtained a certain life insurance policy issued by a AAA rated company. I would recommend a little more stringent criteria than that, but we have all kinds of information on our site on how we vet these insurance companies on the life of the employee. Now, this is great. The policy shall be the exclusive property of the employee, Jim, who may exercise all rights of ownership with respect thereto. Gotta love the legalese, notwithstanding heretofore, subject only to the terms of this agreement. And we can see down here, since Jim has full control, he shall also have the right to obtain a withdrawal or a loan, there it is again, from the policy, provided that immediately following the withdrawal or loan, either they're about to give him some terms and conditions, but it is his to do with as he pleases, right here, as long as the policy's cash surrender value will exceed 108% of the amount of then existing liability. So that's confusing. Don't worry, I'm going to simplify it. Long story short is, for all of these fixed life insurance policies, whether it be whole life or IUL, you can usually borrow just a little bit over 90% of your cash value, sometimes as high as 95% of cash value. Since the university lent him the money, they want to make sure that the cash value is at least more than how much they lent him. And also, they want to see that the policy death benefit will not be reduced to an amount below 150% of the then existing liability. The then existing liability, as they define in Article 3, when they bring this up, it's just talking about how much the university has lent Jim. But this death benefit part's easy because when we design policies, we're not trying to get the most amount of death benefit, but naturally, with life insurance, the death benefit will always be above the cash value. If we look at Jim's schedule, it's pretty nice. $2 million of premium a year for 6 years. And truth be told, if you read the ESPN article, they had already given him 2 on top of this. So it's a 7 pay, and that is quite common. Some of you have heard of MEC testing, and it has to do with what the IRS test to make sure that your policy will be treated almost like a mega backdoor Roth. Essentially, you pay a lifetime's worth of premiums for a policy within the first 7 years. And contrary to popular belief, the fees, the commissions of any life insurance policy aren't based as much on how much premiums are being paid as much as how much death benefit it's buying. So we're always trying to shrink wrap the least amount of death benefit around whatever premium dollars the client can pay. In this case, Jim's employer was willing to shell out $2 million a year. But this can be done for a scale model. Like, for instance, if you have $20,000 a year, right, or $2,000 a month, this would just be a scale model. We would just shrink wrap the exact ratio of death benefit to fit a $20,000 premium so that you're paying the least amount in fees and charges so the money has the best chance to grow. Now, if we continue down in the agreement, we can see that the treatment of these premium advances are split dollar loans. And that's a technical term. It doesn't apply to everybody, but for those of you who have businesses, whether you're part owner in the business or you have employees that you want to recruit, retain, reward, like these football coaches, because remember, it wasn't just Jim, it was Dabo Swinney of Clemson, Ed Oregon of LSU Tigers. This has become pretty popular in the college scene. You can see that the Treasury Regulation Section 1.787215 gigawatts. Anyway, I put the number in Google here, and you can see that this is an actual thing. Like, this is from the IRS. Section 1.78 provides an otherwise non-contingent payment on a split dollar loan that is non-recourse to the borrower, blah, blah, blah. There's actually guidance, and you can see here from Legal Information Institute, there's actually guidance on how to treat these split dollar loans for those of you that have businesses. I digress. Let's continue onwards. This is actually when you, like, if you have no company lending you money for life insurance, but you start up your own private banking and retirement vehicle using a properly structured life insurance policy, you're going to want to take loans pre-retirement as you're wealth building, whether it's for real estate, buying vehicles, funding your business, sending kids to college. And you can borrow, again, over 90% of your cash value at any time for any reason. And technically, that loan is not due until you die. So it is the most flexible loan you can get. It didn't used to be the cheapest money, but nowadays, depending on the type of policy you get, sometimes it is. We're finding certain carriers and companies that have policies with contractually locked loan rates of 5 to 6%, which is actually pretty cheap money, especially considering how generous or how flexible the terms are. Like, there's technically no payment due as long as your equity is over and above how much the loan is. They're not going to bug you for any repayment. Like, you could let the growth take care of that. Now, you could and should at least pay interest only, because that way you're paying simple interest on a flat balance while earning compound interest on an increasing balance within a tax sheltered environment. Let's just check out the rest of this agreement. Termination by employee. It's all a bunch of legalese, but if we just scroll down here, we can see very, very smart people. The regents of the University of Michigan, James Harbaugh, had to get educated about this structure ahead of time. And it is complicated, but it's not that complicated. And once they understood the power and the benefits of all the compounding by keeping your assets working for you while being able to borrow against it at terms that are very flexible, favorable, possibly cheaper than what the growth is, so you get positive arbitrage, this seemed like a good way for all parties to go. So if you're looking to incorporate this big institutional thinking and bring it down to the small business or fiscally responsible family level, that's what we excel at. You can book an appointment by going to bankingtruths.com/schedule, or you can check out our library of content in all of our articles and videos to learn more about the types of insurance policies and types of strategies that go hand in hand with this plan that very, very smart people are using. Hope to talk to you soon, and enjoy the game.